hello YouTube land. I just spent the last about 10 minutes doing a video, then at the end of it I realised that I hadn't actually pressed record. So yeah, that's the sort of thing that I normally do, as those who get I actually am. What I wanted to do is record a review of Constantine number 10, reading out my written review. I prefer to do written reviews just because I prefer reading to actually watch the things. Because when you read something you have to engage your mind a bit really. You have to decipher the words into images, you have to construct what's going on there. With a video it tends to wash over you really, so you don't get so much out of it. It's not an active intellectual engagement when you're watching something. You can be lulled into a sleep really. That's why lots of television shows are called programming, because what you're doing is being programmed, is you sit there like a zombie. I hate zombies, I hate anything to do with zombies. But when you're actually reading something, there's more interaction going on between the brain and the written word. But I'm going to do video reviews because I know a lot of people like them, and I'll leave a link to my written review as well, so you can check that out, and check out all the other written reviews on Geeked Out Nation as well, please. They're really very good. But that being said, I hate cliches as well, even though I use them. That being said, here's my written review, and before I go into it, I'll just give you two images of the comic that I'm going to be talking about. There's the facials of Constantine, which I'll be talking about. What do you reckon? It looks a little bit rough to me. I know Constantine isn't supposed to be a pretty boy, but he looks quite rough there. And the last panel there, which I really like, you can see the background colouring there. There's Blight. Yes, Brad Anderson does a fantastic job of the backgrounds colouring in this book. Okay, let's get this review done, because I've got to go to bloody work in a bit. Make some money so I can buy comics next week. Right, review Constantine number 10. Positives. God portrayed as a cute doggy. Gorgeous background colouring by Brad Anderson. Constantine goes to heaven. Game-changing new ally gained in the battle against Blight. It explains the lack of action coming from Swamp Thing. Philosophical contemplation on the nature of God. There is. Ray Fawkes, that's the writer of the book, takes his writing to a new level. Negatives. Constantine's facials look a little odd in some of the panels. Not that much of Blight in this issue, and there's not much action either. Bottom line, Constantine has a chat with God, gets bored, and turns his back on him. Here we go, here's the review. There's quite a puzzling front cover on this book, because it gives the impression that the most important thing happening within is that Constantine has to deal with a Doctor Doom-inspired giant. But when you actually open the book and read a couple of pages, you are confronted with the sight of Constantine travelling to heaven and getting lippy with God. Yeah, I said that correctly. Constantine goes to heaven in this book, confronts the big androgynous one himself, or herself, and gets all lippy with it. Her, it, whatever. You think that would be the big seller here, wouldn't you? After all, how often does the average comic book hero go to heaven and have a chat with the divine presence? I'll tell you one thing though, it shows the waning influence of Christianity in Western countries today, that a comic book character can 1. Talk to God in such a disrespectful and arrogant way, 2. Have God portrayed as a yappy little dog, and 3. Have the wife happily do this in light and silly tone, safe in the knowledge that nobody will even comment about it. Seriously, what I've just said here will be the beginning and end of it. I'm not a Christian, so I'm not personally offended by a comic book that features a man with the initials JC as an arrogant con man, Judas as a guilt-wrecked superhero, and God as a silly little dog. All I'm doing is commenting on the declining role that Christianity now plays in the lives of people living in Western, though democratic countries. But are we really living in faithless times now? No, you're not. Religion still plays a huge role in countries all over the world, just not in the world of comics apparently. Is this good or bad? What happens to culture when religion is taken away? Do you even need religion to have a relationship with God? Big questions, but back to the comic. Constantine, as a stand-in for the core atheist, agnostic, modern Western reader, dismisses God in this issue, but the writing is a little bit cleverer than that. God has a plan, so no matter how much Constantine deludes himself that he is in control, all he's really doing is following the divine plan and playing his predetermined role within the larger story. The book concludes with Constantine doing what Constantine does, making out that he's in charge and that he's above the silly little dog in heaven, but we know it's all a bluff. Constantine, being the ultimate con man, knows sometimes. Let's say that again. Constantine, being the ultimate con man, sometimes even manages to con himself, but somewhere deep inside he knows how things really work. Am I talking about Constantine now, or am I talking about writer Ray Fawkes? Because what he has done here is demonstrate the arrogance of mankind is just a self-delusional Constantine bluff. We might think we are in control, might think we are above God, but who are we kidding? God is still God, and we all follow the divine plan. The more we kid ourselves that we are in control, and the more we laugh at the silly little dog, the more we are fooling ourselves about what we really know in the deepest, most secret, yet honest places within our collective souls. This is a godless comic, yet it's a comic about God. How clever is that? Constantine is all of us, and that's why he's the most vital character in contemporary comics. Ray Fawkes understands this, and his writing in his issue is top notch, demonstrating just how philosophically deep he can get whilst writing what is ostensibly just a childish book about superheroes. It really isn't. There's so much more going on here, and I for one really appreciate what he's doing. I gave the book a 9.2 out of 10. Why? I can't give anything above 8.5. It's normally an excellent comic. The penciling in this book is kind of average. Like I said about the facials, that's why I didn't give it anything above a 9.2. The background coloring's really cool. Really enjoyed that. And obviously I've got the philosophical God stuff out of this comic as well, allowing me to think about things on a bit of a deeper level. And most people normally would when just reading a comic and they just normally think about plot, pacing, that sort of thing in comics. But that's what I like to do in my reviews. I like to get a little bit more out of things, or could be a little bit deeper into things. That's what I do in my reviews. Some might like it, some might not like it, but that's what I do. That's why I read comics. I don't read comics for the same reasons that I read comics when I was a kid. I'm an adult now, so I think about adult things, and the adult issues, underlying adult issues, the themes and whatnot that are in the background of the comics. That's why I talk about a lot of these New World Order issues, because that's the time we're living in. So it is, we're living in the time of the New World Order, and so I talk about it. That's what I do. I think we should all do it as well, shouldn't we? If you're living in a time that's a bit dodgy, why not talk about it? That's what I do. Okay, that's it. That's my review done. It's almost 10 to 9 now. I've got to leave the house at 9:30 and get to work. Make some money so I can buy comics next week. Thanks for checking out my review, and check out the written ones. You get more out of the written reviews than me mumbling and stumbling away through the video reviews. Thanks a lot. I've got things to do, so I'm off. See you later. Bye.